Now, it's Lunchtime with Ira, live from the Las Vegas Hilton.
And my next guest is a gentleman who's made quite a ruckus. Terry Fator won America's Got Talent. He immediately then appeared at the Las Vegas Hilton for one night, sold out so fast that the Hilton had to add a second night. And now he has signed a 15-show deal with the Hilton, which is amazing when you think about the fact that he's been performing for years, for decades, and nobody heard of Terry Fator until then. So Terry, how's that for an introduction?
That's a great introduction. I like having a ruckus too.
Yeah, you like that ruckus thing?
That's causing a ruckus, yeah.
So you never thought you were going to win on America's Got Talent, right?
Never thought I was going to win. You know, I've been doing this for so many years. Literally, you said decades, and it's true. Decades I have been working at this. Couldn't get anyone to even look my direction. I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. Nobody seemed to care. So I thought I was going to get on America's Got Talent, do a couple of episodes, and
get your name out there.
Some people would start coming to see the shows. Never in a million years thought I was going to win it, but it's a lot of fun that I did.
So once you won, and then as I mentioned in the opening introduction, that you were booked at the Hilton, and then immediately that first show sold out, and they had to start a second show for the next night, and that filled up. So were you amazed at the reaction?
Amazed. It was phenomenal. The weirdest thing about selling out the October 14th show was that there was no advertising. It sold out in 4 days, and they had not put one single bit of advertising in any papers. There was no billboards. It was nowhere. We had just started announcing it on some television shows, and I put it up on my website, and I mean, people from all over the country were just clamoring to get there and be a part of that first show.
I'm sure a lot of our audience are thinking, well, but what does he do? He was introduced as an entertainer. For those who don't know what you do, you have one gentleman and one lady that you work with. One's a turtle.
That's right, yes.
And one's a non-turtle.
That's right.
And somehow you have this turtle.
That's politically correct, yes. Non-turtle.
Non-turtle. And you have Winston is a turtle, and
yes.
Emma is the lady. And you have them perform, but not just perform as puppets, which a lot of ventriloquists can do. It's beyond that. Number one, you have them singing in different voices of entertainers that everybody recognizes.
One of the things that I've always been able to do is impersonate singers. I've been able to sing like pretty much anybody that I want to. I didn't even realize that was unusual until I was in my late 20s. I just thought everybody could do that. And I found it interesting. I would go to see these bar bands, and the lead singer would be terrible, and I would always think to myself, why don't they just do it like the original artist? Because I could, you know. And then finally one day my guitar player told me, Terry, they can't. They couldn't if they wanted to. And then I realized, well, okay, so I can do something different. And I was a ventriloquist. I started doing ventriloquism when I was 10, 32 years ago. And so about 3 years ago, my manager suggested that I see if I could do the impressions with the ventriloquism and have the puppets do impressions of singers. And I'd never even considered it, but it turns out I could.
It's a unique art because not only do you have the puppets singing as different people.
That's right.
But you're also not moving your mouth.
Right.
Which is,
and it's a lot harder to do an impression of a singer without moving your mouth.
Yeah, it
really is. But it's worth the extra work because nobody else can do it. So if you got something nobody else can do, then there's a big demand for it, and that's what's fun.
Now, of all the voices that you do, what was the hardest to learn and practice?
Probably Louis Armstrong. That's a very difficult voice to do because you have to do it from way down deep inside your throat, and it's very tough on it. I can only do that once a night. I do that at the very end of the show, and then
we don't want to strain your throat, so we won't have you do Louis. But let's introduce a couple of. Oh, by the way, on the votes, just because of the America's Got Talent, were puppets allowed to vote?
Maybe these guys did vote.
Let's find out and ask them because since you won,
we'll let Winston come on out here.
All right.
So,
how you doing, Ira?
Hey,
you know
Winston.
Ira?
Yeah, I let it before.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
hey.
Very nice to have you here, Winston.
I'm glad to be here.
So we were wondering, did you get a chance to vote in America's Got Talent?
Well, I could have, but I didn't.
How come?
I was too busy practicing.
Oh, you were practicing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
he's practicing.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Can I ask Winston a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How are you able to talk because, well, Terry's got the microphone. You don't seem to have a microphone on you.
I'm throwing my voice.
Oh, that's
Oh, okay. So you do that too. You throw your voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's a good
pretty
answer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very good. I'm glad to see you come out of your shell and work
Yeah.
with Terry on this thing. What is your favorite voice that you like to sing, if I might ask you, Winston?
I hold Kermit the Frog here.
Oh, that's good. The Kermit the Frog.
Yeah. I do Kermit the Frog.
Well, we know that. You just said that.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I heard you say that too.
Yeah, I didn't need to telegraph.
No.
I want to telegraph.
Of all the voices, though, Winston, is it all right to talk to Winston
Sure,
directly, Terry?
you go right ahead.
Winston, of all the voices that you do, though, you have your favorite one, of course, which you gave. Which is the one that Terry asks you to do that you don't really care to do, but you do it because it's for the show?
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees? You don't like doing the Bee Gees?
Oh, I guess it's okay, but it's not as fun as doing Kermit.
Oh, well, you like Kermit better.
Yeah.
What about Roy Orbison?
No, I love doing that voice.
Yeah, he does Roy.
Could you do a little Roy for us?
Crying over you, crying over you. Very
It was
nice.
great.
Thank you.
I love your glasses, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always wear
I
glasses,
actually do.
sunglasses.
I have dark glasses and I have a wig that I put on.
So when people come to see you in the show and also see Terry, they will see all of that.
That's right.
Now, you're going to be coming December 3rd.
Yeah.
You're going to be, well, Terry's headline, you'll be with him.
Yeah.
I think it's
And you're coming there?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
December 3rd. Then you have another interesting engagement because you signed a 15-show deal with the Las
That's
Vegas
right.
Hilton.
That's right.
But in addition to December 3rd, the other interesting thing that I found was that December 31st, which is New Year's Eve, you're going to do a 6 o'clock show.
We are.
Which is
we
early.
wanted to do something that if folks wanted to bring the kids out to Vegas and they're going to have a lot of fun and they wanted to do something before the kids all go to sleep, they could come out and see the show. And so the families can come out and see.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Well, of course you'll be there.
Yeah, otherwise I don't get paid.
That's right. I pay him only if he shows up.
Understood.
So you'll be there.
Yeah.
Are you going to go out and party afterwards?
Not really. I'll probably just sleep.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. I'm like one of the kids.
Yeah.
Do you sleep with your eyes open or closed?
I don't know. I just go in my shell and who knows.
Because I just noticed you had eyes like a bulging eyes. Nothing personal,
Yeah.
but, you know.
No, it's cute.
Yeah, it is.
That's very cute. Yeah. Okay. That's his cute look. Yeah. Okay.
Winston,
Yeah.
how did you get the name Winston? Who named you Winston? Was it Terry?
Tell him the story.
You want me to tell him?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Okay.
On July 4th this year,
Yeah, I've only been with Terry for a few months.
right, he hasn't been with me long, but on July 4th I went to my cousin's house and they had a miniature donkey that was named Winston. It was the cutest thing I ever saw. And so Winston actually came along in America's Got Talent. We didn't really know Winston was going to be a part, but see, I do this Kermit the Frog impression.
No, I do.
I know, that's why I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Okay. So we do. I do this Kermit the Frog impression, and I used to have a Kermit the Frog puppet, but the Muppets would not allow me to do Kermit the Frog on television. So my wife and I started thinking about it, and we said, well, what else could we do besides a frog?
Well, not to be too hyper-technical, but technically, if you're doing parody, wouldn't you be able to do it?
No,
anyway?
not you can't do the actual puppet. I can do the voice, and I can do, but I can't. If I was doing it strictly as a parody, but they will not let you do it as an impression. That's the
okay.
only person that can do Kermit the Frog is Steve Whitmire,
Okay.
and that's okay. That's fine. But my wife and I got to talking about it and said, we need another amphibian, so a turtle would be good. And we looked up Winston.
And luckily, I do a
I
Kermit
looked
the
up
Frog
at-
impression too.
Yeah, I looked up amphibian as soon as he said it,
Yeah.
too. Well,
Did you?
yeah, sure.
You know what it leaves, don't you?
Yeah.
At least we could talk without moving our lips.
No, that's not an amphibian.
It's not?
No, that's a ventriloquist.
Oh, what's an amphibian?
It means you live in the water and the land.
Oh, well, I do that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's named Winston. Now, along with...
I named him after the donkey.
After I already
Yeah,
figured.
yeah.
Now, Emma was named after who?
Most of the time my characters, I just kind of get the names after I see them and pick them up and feel what their character is like. I create the character. I usually cannot create the actual character until after I have the puppet with me.
Because
and,
your puppets...
And it's the same with Winston. I mean, I had no idea what his voice was going to be like until I actually met him.
Which is the way it is with most people.
That's true. Most people, you don't know what their voice is going to be like until you meet them.
Yeah,
Now,
and
you
that's it with me.
do live and breathe. I'm trying not to step on your lines, but then Kermit says something.
okay.
So I'm debating. I'm sort of working between a human and a frog and a turtle. Sorry, not a frog. Sorry.
That's okay.
Don't confuse them anymore, okay?
No, don't confuse me
Sorry.
anymore.